Weather coverage you can count on with Chief Meteorologist Kate McKenna and the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network.
A lot to talk about and changes just in the past 24 hours. We were dealing with severe weather this same time yesterday. Today we are dealing with winter weather. At least just off to the west we are. For the rest of North Alabama, that's a threat that's going to sweep west to east as we go throughout the next several hours. So this is the current view on the Wave 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network. You're seeing a little bit of a dry area here across our eastern counties, but all of this moisture is tracking towards the west. I'll talk more about that freezing line that I'm sure you're paying attention to in just a second, but let's talk a little bit about what's on the table here. We do expect all of this rain to change to snow as the evening progresses. Another big concern that you were hearing about earlier is that we are likely going to see some black ice with this. Temperatures are going to be dropping into the upper 20s, and typically our threshold for black ice development is about 28 degrees. We are going to be there tonight. So bridges and overpasses are the first to freeze. We all know that, but even plain old road surfaces may start to freeze as those temperatures drop into the upper 20s. So we are anticipating difficult travel, and that's the reason for both the winter storm warning and the winter weather advisory. But the criteria for that winter storm warning is a little bit different. We're expecting higher snowfall accumulations and for travel to be even more difficult in all of the counties there shaded in pink. That does, of course, include Madison County. So here's another look at the radar, and here's a look at that freezing line. Watch closely here as we're tracking this off towards the east. We are going to see that changeover from rain to snow, or at least a little bit of mix starting to take shape in spots like Red Bay at 5:49, Florence 6:11, Pulaski up into Tennessee by 6:41, Decatur 7:32, Athens before then at 7:20, Huntsville 8:03, and Arab by 8:40. And then we can just continue to see all of this precipitation tracking off towards the east. Look at the difference in temperatures. We're already in the mid-30s up in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, 41 in Muscle Shoals. Farther east, still holding on to the lower 50s, but I've steadily watched these temperatures drop throughout the day, so that changeover is going to start to take shape as the evening goes on. Here's a look at the transition here. Not only the transition, but also the duration of the snow that we are expecting based on all the data sources that we're looking at. Snow falling across the shoals here from 5 to midnight, and then from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. across the I-65 corridor, and then from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. across our eastern counties. So here's what this looks like on future radar as we go throughout the rest of this evening. Here's now 8 o'clock. We've already seen the transition from rain to snow across our western counties by this point. There's 10 o'clock. Still holding on to rain across Sand Mountain, snowing along the west of I-65, and there's midnight. We start to see all of this moisture pulling away off to the east. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll still have some cloud cover in place early in the day, but if we get a little bit of sunshine, which we're expecting, even with temperatures cold tomorrow, near 40 degrees, that's going to allow for some melting of any snow accumulating on the road surface. Of course, that's kind of the big question here. How much snowfall accumulation will we have? Just know that it's going to take some time for it to start to add up at all on the road surface, but it's grassy areas and elevated surfaces like your porch, like your patio furniture, things like that, that will start to get accumulation first and foremost. So we're expecting a dusting up to 1.5 inches across the shoals all the way over to Sand Mountain. But there's this swath here across the I-65 corridor up into parts of southern middle Tennessee where we've got that winter storm warning in effect, that we could be seeing 2 to 3 inches of snow with locally higher amounts possible. So we're advising that you just stay off the roads tonight, because the temperatures as we go through the next several hours will be plummeting into the upper 20s, and by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning we're still at 29 degrees. We don't crack the freezing mark until after 9 a.m. The 7-day forecast looks like this. It's a little bit milder by Tuesday afternoon. We're at 53 degrees, but we do drop into the mid-20s yet again Tuesday morning. So anything that's melting may end up refreezing by the time we get into Monday night, Tuesday. So again, I reiterate, just stay off the road, stay home if you can, as this rain changes to snow later tonight.